He wouldn't take it for an answer. Isolated me, they shunned me, they accused me, and they blamed me for becoming a victim.
Now I know you guys remember the story of Megan Hall. Yes, you guys, all the memes and all the funny jokes, and ha 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 ha, running this girl through the ringers. Well, she's mad. She big mad. She done filed a lawsuit against La Vergne, Tennessee Police Department. She says that she was groomed and she was basically, manipulated into being a thought. Yes, the men did it. The men made her be a thought. With that being said, before we get into the story, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Listen, I'm at 3,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. I'm so excited. I can't believe it. I started this channel over a year ago, but it wasn't until last year, December, that I really started pushing and putting some work into it. And to be able to have 3,000 subs in just a few months, you guys have no idea how much I appreciate you guys, how much I love you guys. My goal was to have 5,000 subscribers by the summer, and with all of you guys' help, I know that I can do it, because I cannot and I will not do it without you. With that being said, let's get into the video. Now, Megan Hall is a police officer for La Vergne, Tennessee Police Department, and she basically was let go after an investigation came out. Her and 5 other officers, an investigation came out basically saying that she was having intercourse with these other officers on duty and off duty. They were exchanging pictures with one another, and there were even a few other officers that she was intimate with as well. And there's even allegations, remember you guys, there's allegations allegedly that she was not also messing with some of the police officers in her department, but she was also involved with one of the police officers' wife. Yes, the wife. And apparently there's even allegations saying that her and her husband were like swingers, and apparently they were all okay with that, apparently. So now we're fast forwarding to today, and now she has officially filed a lawsuit against the police department. Let's check out the video.
Shocking findings of sexual misconduct rock the La Vergne Police Department. 5 officers and the police chief all fired.
One of those officers, Megan Hall, became the face of the scandal and the target of nationwide ridicule, and she's now filed a federal lawsuit.
Tonight, in an exclusive interview with our Nick Barris, Hall describes a toxic workplace behind closed doors and how sexual misconduct spiraled out of control.
I remember while interviewing for the position at La Vergne Police Department, they described the environment as a family. However, while I was aspiring to protect my community, the La Vergne Police Department was not protecting me.
By now, most of the country knows what happened. Hall, 4 other officers, and the police chief were fired last month. This after 2 separate investigations found that Hall engaged in sexual activity and/or shared intimate photos and videos with several male officers. The chief and 2 sergeants were among those implicated. Now Hall and her attorney, Wesley Clark, are suing those 3 supervisors and the city in federal court for civil rights violations.
Megan wasn't looked at like a rookie cop to be trained and promoted. She was looked at as a piece of meat to be sexualized and exploited.
Since the story broke, Hall, the lone female officer fired and only woman on the second shift, became a target nationwide.
I received harassing and threatening messages on my phone daily. I felt like I had been terrorized.
And yes, now she is suing. No criminal charges have been filed in the case. Hall knows there are those who will say she was a consenting adult who willingly participated in sexual antics in violation of police department policy, and that now she wants to blame others, including one sergeant who targeted her early on.
I know what most people are saying. You know, you could have said no. I get it. But my response to them is that I did say no, and he wouldn't take it for an answer. Eventually, I gave in from pressure.
So it's not as easy to say she could have just said no.
She did say no on several occasions. Ms. Hall tried to get out of this relationship, and she was not allowed to.
Hall concedes she participated under duress. Salacious details made public of sex on the job put her alone center stage and do not tell the whole story.
They isolated me, they shunned me, they accused me, and they blamed me for becoming a victim.
Hall suffered from depression to the point of considering suicide, and at one point was hospitalized. She felt trapped.
My supervisors worked together to take advantage of my vulnerabilities and my mental health. And they used it for their gain and sexual pleasure.
And that included the police chief, Chip Davis. The independent investigation found he was aware of what was going on and even received intimate photos and videos of Hall.
Who do you even turn to when the chief of police is sexually harassing you? How could I get justice when the entire system, including the chief, not only condoned such behavior, but participated in it? I was lost and I felt alone. I had no one to turn to, and I had nowhere to go.
Hall now realizes her career in law enforcement is likely over, and she knows those ugly memes on social media will remain forever, her reputation sullied.
No woman should ever have to endure this type of abuse. What happened to me during my employment at Deliverance Police Department, it should never happen to anyone.
Now, I'm going to tell you a couple things that stand out to me, and then we're going to get to the comments and see what the people are saying. So the thing that stands out to me was when they said she's the only female officer to have been let go. The problem I'm having with that is, what are you talking about? Are there other female officers that are doing the same thing in this police department? Like, in my mind, that's what I'm thinking. Like, wait a minute. So there's other police officers that are female officers that are also going around the police department, and they're all just smashing each other. And in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, you guys are supposed to be protecting and serving. How are you guys going to be out here protecting and serving and you can't keep it in your pants? Like, I'm not understanding. So are there allegedly other female officers out there in the police department that either she was involved with or is doing the same thing that she did? Because that's what that screams to me. That screams, well, I wasn't the only one that did it, so why am I the only female officer that got fired and I'm being put on the limelight and everybody's attacking me? That was the first thing that got me. The second thing that got me was she files this lawsuit, right? And I'm pretty sure before they decided to let go the officers, let her go to 5 male officers and then her, in my mind, I'm trying to think to myself, I know they did an investigation. It's no way they just fired these people and didn't do a full investigation. It doesn't look good for the department. You know, it's just a bad look for the city, all in all. So I know they had to do an investigation. And in that investigation, I'm pretty sure they had to find some evidence to show that, okay, yeah, this was consensual and they were out here just wilding out. So then they let them go. In this country, a woman, this is the double standards that I don't like. Because I believe that if it was a man that was working in the police department and he was allegedly just sleeping around with everybody on the job and he got let go, then he put a lawsuit. Now all of a sudden they're now just gonna fire the police chief and say, oh, you should have known this man was a whore. A part of me doesn't even feel like they would even have let the female officers go if it was a male officer that was sleeping with them. They probably would have just let him go. But this is a double standards that I don't understand. But with that being said, this is what we're gonna do. Let's hear what the people gotta say, because y'all know I could talk all day, but let's see what the people gotta say. So one says, don't let her crocodile tears fool you into forgetting that she had a husband when she hooked up with her co-workers. Yeah, y'all, she had a whole man at home. I don't know why she didn't go to him and ask him to help out. Another commenter says, her looking down to read her lawyer's answers, because they're saying lawyer's answers, off of paper every few moments goes to show how inauthentic those words actually mean to her. I gotta kind of agree with that, because if you are truly a victim, right, I understand that you want to make sure you express everything, you know, the whole situation, what was going on, but at the same time, it's like she was looking at it like every little word, like she kept looking at the paper, like the paper had to tell her, like, be sad, now say this. Another says, you all know she was sending nasty pics to those officers. How in the world is she being forced to do that? So they're looking at it like, bruh, you're sending pictures, which I believe allegedly that's what came out when we all found out about this whole situation. They were saying that they're sending each other pics. So I am confused by that as well. Why anyone would risk their career for this woman is beyond me. I guess they're saying she ain't no 10. She ain't worth it. Honestly, to me, I don't care if she was a 10, 20, 30, 40. I don't think any female nor male is worth risking your family, your marriage, your career over what? Intimacy? No way. She wasn't a victim until she got caught. This is true. I was thinking to myself, now you got all this, you got a lawyer, you found a lawsuit. Where was all of this energy when you said you didn't know what to do? They were attacking your mental state and that you felt like, deleting yourself. In my mind, what I'm not understanding is, why didn't you just quit? Like, I'm not understanding. Quit, file a lawsuit, and then go from there. I mean, I don't know. Ladies, this is why assault allegations are not taken seriously. Women like this make it hard for real victims. And you know what? What should happen is, I'm going to tell you what it is. It's not so much that it's people like her making false claims, because there's people that make false claims every day. I don't think that's what's messing the system up. What's messing the system up is women like her make false claims and then nothing happens. They don't get charges. They don't get, lawsuits against them. Nothing happens. They get proven wrong. It gets closed and then they go off into the wind. And I think that is what's causing the whole, not taking stuff seriously. I can't wait to see the other officer's attorney absolutely flame this lady on the stand. Well, I guess they trying to say they're going to have so much evidence, they just going to be coming in on that girl. Somewhere in the afterlife, Kevin Samuels is just shaking his head saying, you can't make this up. These people are wildin'. Okay, so since she had no control over her actions, every person she's ever arrested should all be exonerated because she clearly cannot be trusted on her decisions. Can you guys believe that? And let me tell you something, believe it or not, yes, these type of situations can actually cause something like that to happen. Because remember, if a police officer is the first person called on the scene and they arrest the person and then they do a search in the vehicle or in the home and then they find evidence and that evidence is used to then try them. If they're able to show that, listen, someone able to say like, no, she's lying, none of that is true, blah, blah, blah. And look, she has mental state. She admitted herself. She's not right in her mind. She had job pressure and she took it out on me. This could actually open to that. Like, seriously, this people don't understand. This stuff is like, no joke. I destroyed this department's integrity and it's not my fault. I guess this is her talking. Woman has no accountability. Yes, this person is saying she ain't accountable. She's not accountable. That's cute how she can read all her lawyers' words. So everybody's kind of like really pointing out in that area that she's reading off of a piece of paper. Maybe we should look at some other videos of victims and see if that's how they do their statements when they come out with their lawsuits. We should look at some videos and see. I'm a little confused why she didn't sue them before it became an issue. I just find it really hard to believe she just had to give in, especially if they wouldn't take no for an answer. That's how I'm at the situation too. Like, I know in some situations, like, we can't afford to lose our job. It's so many different factors that line up to what cause us to accept certain things and do certain things because we really truly feel like we're stuck, and if we were to quit or if we were to leave, it would actually be worse for us than better for us. But in her case, she doesn't have any children, and she says she has a great family support system. She's literally married to a man that has employment. So it's hard for me to believe that being in this type of situation, that she was not going to be able or capable to go to her husband or to her strong support system and say, hey, look, this is what's going on with me. Disgraceful officers, and now plays the victim. Shame on her for all the family she destroyed. Disgusting behavior. Well, we're going to leave it at that, you guys. What do you guys think? Do you think that people are being a little too judgmental with her? That maybe, she is a victim? That, she was coerced and manipulated into this? Do you believe that the police chief should have been let go? Comment below. Again, you guys, I'm trying to get 5,000 subscribers by the summer, and I know I can do it with you guys. So hit that like, hit that subscribe, and I can't wait till we do another video.